can't say it's edited because you have no manuscript evidence. All the Gospels of John read the same way, and the Quran confirms that Allah preserved the writings of the prophets, including Jesus. But we can talk about the evidence later. Please address the points that David and I raised.
It is this clarity and authenticity that Islam claims distinguishes the Quran from the Christian and Jewish scriptures. Muhammad proclaimed that the message he received from God was the same message that was taught by Moses and Jesus. But according to Islam, when the revelations that became the basis of Judaic and Christian religions were written down in the Old and New Testaments, parts of them were corrupted.
Muslims believe that the original revelation to Moses and Jesus came to be distorted over time, so that what we have in, if you will, the Old Testament and the New Testament is in fact both the original revelation and distortions, that is, changes that occurred because of historical, religious, and political conditions of the time.
There is among them a section who distort the book with their tongues, so that you would think it is part of the book, but it is no part of the book. And that say, that is from God, but it is not from God. It is they who tell a lie against God, and they know it. Chapter 3, verse 78.
The Quran claims to confirm, on the one hand, the scriptures that came before, very emphatically, and on the other hand, it claims to correct certain aspects or certain ideas in the Hebrew and the Christian scriptures.
Muslims believe the Quran rectifies the mistakes in those scriptures, including clarifying some of the fundamental teachings of those faiths. For example, the Christian understanding of the figure of Christ. The Quran affirms that Jesus was a prophet, that he was born to a virgin, and that he performed miracles like curing blindness and leprosy. However, the Quran denies that Jesus Christ was the Son of God.
Jesus as the Son of God is certainly understood within the Islamic context to mean that he is divine. And this would suggest, from the Muslim point of view, that Christians hold to different gods actually existing, whereas Muslims would hold that there can only be one God.
The Quran also disputes the biblical account of the crucifixion, asserting that Jesus did not die on the cross, but was lifted up to heaven by God, and his would-be executioners mistakenly crucified another man who bore a likeness to Jesus. They neither killed him nor crucified him, but it so appeared unto them. They did not kill him for certain, rather God raised him unto him. Chapter 4, verse 157. The Christian notion that Jesus died to atone for the sins of humanity is a concept at odds with the Quran's doctrine that all souls are responsible for their own actions.
The death and resurrection is an act of salvation. It doesn't work within Islam. You can't have this idea of somebody redeeming the sins of somebody else.
Muslims believe that it was because of distortions in the Bible that it was necessary for God to reveal his word one final time. In Islam, the Quran, as handed down to Muhammad and then preserved by Uthman, is believed to be the only true divine revelation.
The Quran is seen as the final, complete, uncorrupted revelation, and Muhammad is seen as the last or final prophet of God.